Chapter 6: Earth's Natural Resources. Section 7: The Costs and Benefits of Mining Minerals. Removing mineral resources from the ground. Types of mining. There are two main ways to get minerals out of the ground. One is surface mining, the other is underground mining. The method used depends on the location, size, and depth of the ore. It also depends on the grade, quality, of the ore. Both surface mining and underground mining require planning and money. The method chosen must ensure that the ore is removed in the most cost-effective and safe way. The mining method also needs to be environmentally sound. Surface mining. In the United States, most minerals are removed from the ground by a kind of surface mining called open-pit mining. This method of mining has advantages when the ore body is very large and close to the surface. Large earth-moving equipment removes the soil and rocks above the ore. The original topsoil is stored in large piles for later use in reclamation. The underlying rock material that covers the ore body, called spoil, is stored elsewhere. The operation continues from a series of large benches and roads. They wind their way down into a large, deep pit. The benches serve as both working areas and as roads to haul the ore to the surface. Ore and waste in the pit is drilled, blasted, and loaded into huge trucks. The trucks carry the ore and waste to crushers or waste piles. The crushed ore is then transported to facilities for storage and refining. The Bingham Canyon Copper Mine near Salt Lake City, Utah, is one of the largest open pits in the world. See Figure 1. It is approximately 2 miles in diameter and more than a half a mile deep. And here's Figure 1. The Bingham Canyon Copper Mine in Utah is one of the largest open pit mines in the world. Resources such as sand, gravel, coal, phosphate, as well as iron ore and copper ore, are removed from surface mines. Much of the coal in the western United States comes from open pit mines called strip mines, as shown in Figure 2 right here. Strip mining is used where the deposit is in the form of thin but widespread sheet-like layers near the surface. As reserves of petroleum become scarcer in the coming decades, the great reserves of oil shale are likely to be mined from the strip mines. These reserves are found in Colorado and Wyoming. The oil shale will then be converted to petroleum. In Canada, deposits called tar sands contain huge reserves of petroleum. They are already being mined from strip mines. They are likely to be a major source of petroleum for both Canada and the United States in the future. Dimension stone quarries are special types of open pit mines. Large blocks of granite, marble, limestone, or sandstone are removed intact, not crushed. Quarrying is used when the desired final product is large blocks of the rock itself. See Figure 3 below. And here in Figure 3, marble blocks are being extracted from a quarry. Underground mining. Underground mining is done when the mineral resources lie deep beneath the surface. It is also done when an ore body has irregular geometry. Shafts and tunnels provide access and ventilation. Depending upon the orientation of the ore body, the mine shaft may be vertical, horizontal, inclined, or shaped like a corkscrew. Tunnels, on the other hand, are close to being horizontal. After the ore body is reached, additional tunnels are excavated through the body. The ore is then hauled to the surface by trains, loaders, trucks, or elevators. Many mining operations use trackless, semi automated equipment to speed extraction. This is also used to reduce the number of people exposed to the hazards of working underground. In most underground mines, large rooms are formed when the ore is removed. Pillars of ore and/or waste rock material are left to support the mine roof. The grade of the ore and the strength of the overlying rock help determine the size of the rooms and the support pillars. Modern techniques include backfilling tunnels to recover ore pillars. This helps prevent cave-ins. It also guards against environmental problems such as acid mine drainage. And here in figure 4, we see silver ore is retrieved by blasting tunnels in underground mines. Environmental and safety concerns. A surface mine disturbs the land in many ways. Overburden is rock material that lies over a mineral deposit. It is removed along with vegetation. This destroys ecosystems. Patterns of surface water runoff are also changed. Dissolved chemicals from some of the rocks and minerals are exposed at the surface during mining. They can pollute surface and groundwater. All states require mining operations to file plans for how they will reclaim the land. This must be done before any ground is disturbed. After all the mining is done, the company tries to stabilize the ecosystem. The goal is to return the land as much as possible to its natural state. The first step is to spread the spoil back over the mined area. This is done to restore the topography of the land. Next, any available topsoil from the original stripping is spread over the spoil. Then, native trees and shrubs are replanted in the mined area. In Figure 5, after mining operations finish at a site, native vegetation is replanted. Worker safety is always a concern in mines. Mining involves the use of heavy equipment. Caution is always needed when working with this type of equipment. This is true for both surface and underground mines. Underground mine disasters can also be caused by the collapse of tunnels. These collapses are much less frequent in the United States than in many other countries. However, disasters do happen. Most mining deaths in the United States are related to poorly maintained equipment. They also result from failure to wear or use safety equipment. Working in unsafe locations within the mine is also a cause of death. Many mining operations can expose workers to hazardous materials. Being exposed to certain minerals over a long time can cause health problems. This is a problem for miners. It is a problem for those who process mined ore as well. Silica dust, heavy metals, asbestos fibers, and other materials can cause serious illnesses. The presence of these materials must be constantly checked. To protect miners, the amount of exposure must be limited. This raises the cost of mineral excavation. Social and cultural considerations. In the Investigate, you saw that in the last 5 years, the workforce in coal has been reduced by 25%. Sometimes the government steps in to support mining production. For example, in 2013, approximately 1 billion in subsidies were given to the coal sector. 15 billion were available to renewable forms of energy. Subsidies come in various forms. They include direct grants or loans, tax reductions, and benefits for cutting costs for research and development. The Federal Job Creation Act of 2010 supports coal mining jobs in poor rural areas. Unemployment is a problem there. Miners need special skills. However, they often lack formal education. This makes reemployment difficult. Selected coal plants received a tax credit of $6.59 per ton of coal produced. Reducing costs makes coal more profitable. Non-production subsidies are also available. One example of this is for safety equipment or mine rescue team training. Another is subsidies for benefits for disabled coal miners.